Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the weekly Waypoint. Today we're playing Unreal Tournament 3, which I thought was kind of in our rotation. I thought that was a game that we played not fairly often, but at a fairly regular interval in this series. But I went back and checked just to see which was the last map that I played, and we haven't played this for 2 years. So welcome back to Unreal Tournament 3. Time sure does fly when you're making videos, doesn't it? I was going to record some Minecraft today. We were going to have a nice chill weekly waypoint in Minecraft where I made a weekly waypoint world and did a little creative project in that. Except I forgot to factor in the fact that I have no creative imagination on Tuesdays, apparently. I have 2 failed recordings. One was me loading into a pre-made world, finding a half-made house that I must have quit out of last time I played, attempting to finish that house and realising that I had no inspiration. The other was me making the waypoint world, finding a mountain, starting to hollow it out, running into a whole patch of gravel which was going to make the entire task annoying, and then giving up again. Maybe someday we'll do Minecraft in the weekly waypoint, but not today. Today we are playing Unreal Tournament 3, as I mentioned. The reason why we're playing Unreal Tournament 3 is because last night I downloaded Gears of War Ultimate Edition to my Xbox, and I have played a little bit of it. I've played like the first hour or so of it on my PC. But that was before I got my Xbox and Xbox Game Pass and the ability to play the entire series on there. So I was like, hey, I have more motivation to go and do this now, and it's an Xbox game, so why not play the first one on my Xbox where I mean to continue and all that kind of thing. The reason why I'm linking Unreal Tournament and Gears of War together, for those of you who don't know, is because Unreal Tournament has always been this thing that Epic has to show off what the Unreal Engine can do. By the way, Epic, it'd be real cool if you could make a new Unreal Tournament show off what your new Unreal Engine 5 can do. Anyway, I digress. Unreal Tournament 3 turned out to be super gritty and super different to its earlier games, because it was kind of what they were using to make Gears of War in, is my understanding. I don't remember the entire link there, but I know there is a link, and they were like, hey, look, even though Gears of War came out first, they were like, hey, look at what Unreal Tournament 3 can do, because I think, if I remember right, Unreal Tournament 3 was delayed. It was originally going to be called Unreal Tournament 2007, but it came out in 2008 or something? It's been a long time, okay? But anyway, vague links aside, I played... Last night I was about to go to bed, but Gears of War finished installing. I was like, I'll just quickly poke my head in and see if my progress from PC like a year ago carried over. It did not. I was like, that's fine. I mean, I didn't have any achievements in it anyway, so I wasn't sure how that was going to work. I'll start a new game, it's fine. I'll just see what the first mission's like. I just want to see how it runs. I just want to see what it plays like. Fast forward to like an hour later, I'm like, oh shit, I really need to go to bed. This game's really fun. So yeah, I'm kind of... I don't plan to complete any franchise of games anymore because I never do, and I just end up making myself look like a damn fool. But I intend to play a lot of Gears of War over the coming weeks because, damn, that's fun, and it's dumb as well. It's like, grr, I'm a macho man, and grr, where are all these guys coming from? This military equipment never works. Grr, 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 masculinity. It's very boy, isn't it? I like the world though. I don't like post-apocalypse stuff that's like immediately post-apocalyptic because that's just fucking bleak. I've gone on about this in several places before, but I do like post-apocalyptic which is like set several decades after it or something, or just the tone I guess is what's important, as long as it's not super bleak. And Gears of War, I mean, it's not exactly super cheerful. Like as far as I can tell, most of humanity's been wiped out and all that's left is this remnant of like militaristic macho dudes in giant juggernaut suits, trying to fight back and reclaim some of their decimated home planet, which interestingly enough is not Earth, but it's not super bleak. It's it's a little bit like look at I just like exploring ruins of like modern times, it's just interesting to me, it's cool. Anyway, that was what I did last night for like the last hour or whatever. What I normally talk about is what I've been doing for the entire week, and if I'm being honest, that would mostly boil down to Elder Scrolls Online. Well, work, eat, sleep, and then Elder Scrolls Online, because holy shit has that game grabbed me, the Xbox version of that game. I'm wondering just how much of my gaming experiences have been hindered by like frame drops in the past, like just on like a subconscious level of I don't want to play this if it's going to keep dropping frames all the time. But my god, I thought it would be tough to start a new account on Xbox because I'd be starting from scratch, but no, I'm I'm so deep in that game, I think I might be in further than I ever have been before, and that's saying something because I got super into this game at certain points in the past. But this time round, I was playing, on my day off I played for about, I want to say 8 hours straight, because there was a guild event happening, so I ate at my keyboard and didn't stop playing while I was eating. And then later on in the night, I still had plenty of time to keep playing, but I forced myself to log off because I was like, as much as I'm enjoying my time in ESO right now, if I spend any more goddamn time in this game, I'm going to lose my mind. And that's not something I've experienced since maybe my most dedicated World of Warcraft days a few years back. Since we last spoke, I have run Brakosh, which is the name of my Orc Dragon Knight, which I didn't mention last week, through Western Skyrim, Greymore, and I've also done all of the Markarth DLC, which is a DLC I've never done before, and now I've decided to go back and start running him through all of since he's going to be my main character on Xbox, he should run through all of the stories. So I'm running him through the main story, I'm running him through the Daggerfall Covenant storyline, which I was worried I wouldn't like because I've played through that starter zone I think twice before, and I didn't really like it, but this time I really stopped, soaked up all of the story, all of the, everything the characters were saying, forced myself to take it at a slower pace, and I found myself really enjoying what they did with those two starter zones of Stros Mackay and Betnik. I like how you rescue 3 people optionally, and then they give you like little benefits in the following quests because you've rescued them and stuff, whereas I'm assuming if you didn't, they wouldn't be there to give you those benefits to make things a bit easier. I really liked that dynamic. I've never really noticed it before. I don't know if it happens in all 3 factions, but I've only noticed it in Daggerfall Covenant so far. I've realised that as an Alliance player in World of Warcraft, Daggerfall Covenant is very much the Alliance faction. It's got the humans, it's got like the like standard fantasy human looking houses in a city, and they've got blue roofs and everything, but we do also have orcs, and I was editing together the adventures in Shadowlands Volume 10, which just went out, and I was admiring an orc and being like, man, I want to play as an orc, but I don't want to, not be Alliance. I don't want to not be able to talk to all my friends. And the great thing in Elder Scrolls Online is that the humans, or the Bretons, and the orcs are in the same faction. So I can have all that Alliance aesthetic and still be a cool orc dude with a massive 2-handed axe that whacks people. And the guilds in ESO are cross-faction anyway, and you can be in up to 5 at a time, so, it's fine. I have respec'd my Orc Dragon Knight to the Venom build on Alcast, which is a soloing build, so hopefully by the time I'm well geared and max level, I should be able to do dungeons by myself, which it sounds interesting and fun and good for achievements. So there's that. That being said, I'm not going to be a purely solo dude. I've actually, I did a guild event. I think I mentioned it already in this video actually. I did a guild event where we ran around hunting sky shards, which are these little collectible things which give you ability points. And yeah, it was really cool. I was on comms for some of it because, just coordination, but I unmuted myself to make some jokes. It was a nice time, and yeah, I'm going to stop rambling about ESO now. Thank you for bearing with if you do not give a shit about ESO. If you couldn't tell, overtime at work is dead, so I've had a bit more free time, and I've just put all of it into ESO. Because who would have a social life anyway? I mean, in my defense, we are in another lockdown, but let's be real. I'd be doing this even if we weren't in another lockdown. Xbox Game Parts Part 3 has gone up, so if you've watched those you'll be able to tell it's a very different style of video than what I normally do. Basically it has no commentary because there can be no commentary because of fucking annoying stuff that I've talked about in the past with Xbox limitations, but I've decided instead of just giving up on making content out of my Xbox stuff, I'll go back to the heart of what this channel originally was, and that was just having a place to put my, or I guess my alternate channel, but I rolled it into this one when I decided to edit them together, having a place to put my video clips so that I don't have to keep them installed on my computer, but also I can go back and view them. They're online somewhere, they exist somewhere, so yeah, it's a little bit less personality driven, I guess. It might be slightly less interesting to other people, but I still have fun watching the videos that I make when it comes to Xbox Game Parts, so I think they're fun. I hope you think they're fun as well. Check them out if you haven't already. It's actually been kind of fun. Like, limitations can be fun in a way. I've been trying to figure out ways to make those videos a little bit more engaging, and so you've got the title cards with the music behind it, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's been my week. I hope you, dear viewer, have had a lovely week too. It's a scary old world out there, you know. I did not plan this pep talk before I started doing it, but yeah, the world's a little bit all over the place right now, isn't it? But it will get better in the future, brighter days ahead. We just have to make sure that we do our part to make it as good as it can be. So wear a goddamn mask. And don't be a fascist or a Trump cultist, because that's what you are. You're cultists. Well, not you. I know you would never be watching my videos, but that's what they are. Anyway, love you, bye.